So today, I'm going to be taking a look at the new UI, which is under development, and it's been very helpful. Andy, Trodio, and I have had lots of conversations with lots of customers, existing and potential. It's been great to get their feedback. So this has been iterating quite a bit. Today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a brief revisit of concepts, which we explored last week, and we're going to pop into say the concept of Microsoft Cloud here. And there's been just some small design changes here. Users now have the ability to edit the data themselves. And so say that there was a key property to Microsoft Cloud that didn't exist, we could go ahead and add that property, and then we would have 100% confidence in whatever that value was because it was attributed to Aaron adding this data. Or I could go ahead and edit and delete. We also, I don't think we reviewed this last time, but we have a timeline page, which shows the way that this information has changed over time. And so we can see that revenue changed because a financial report was added. And so building on the idea of concepts, I'm going to take us over to actions, which is the primary focus of today's demo. And actions are prompts that you can run repeatedly. They can be run on demand manually by a human. They can be set up to be scheduled to say run every 4 hours, or they can be ran when content that they're watching, the content that it's scoped to has changed. Say somebody uploaded a new PDF to the quality control project in the manufacturing workspace. And so we're going to go ahead and take a look at this production line quality analysis action. And all of these actions exist in a workspace and in a project. They have a name and a description, and we have the ability to say, make it manual or whenever content changes that it's watching, or on some sort of schedule. I suppose the really exciting stuff is over here in the prompt. And so we can start or replace this action by choosing from a template, which would be coming from the prompt library. And that's under development, not something I'm going to show today, but the prompt library is making its way here, and that'll be over here under prompts. And of course, we'll make it easy to save a prompt you're working with into the library and edit the library and share the library and all those things. And so you'll be able to start an action from the library or just type it in, as you can kind of see here. And so what's happening in this particular action is that we're working with a combination of concepts and labels to evaluate the car production line 1, which is a concept, and the data that has been labeled as robot log data. And we're going to compare that against car production line 1 and the data that has been labeled worker quality escalations. And we're going to find reasons for those quality escalations since the last run. And if we find anything, and this is really the cool part about actions, is we're going to notify the line supervisor via a text message. And so behind the scenes, we translate this into JSON, like Shelby just showed a moment ago, that helps us process these steps. And some of the important building blocks here on top of concepts is really this last part here, notify line supervisor via SMS. So as we build a relationship graph between concepts, we have an understanding in this case that there is a production line 1, and we have an understanding that there are line supervisors and that there are multiple line supervisors over car production line 1. And this particular prompt is showing that this action is degraded. It's not working perfectly. And the reason for that is that there's no cell phone number on file for line supervisor David Chen. These other 2 line supervisors have a property as part of their concept record that is a cell phone, but David Chen does not. And so we could heal this and fix it by going over to David Chen and adding a new property and doing it manually. Or if I go back here, we could click over here into John. Oh, well, of course, that's what happens on the demo. The demo gods were not with me. I'm going to go navigate there manually. And I'm going to find a line supervisor here. Oh, I changed their names. Um, and they might have a phone number that was loaded up from, say, an employee directory. And so actions are a way of uh, helping our users not only just work with their knowledge, but to get better outcomes because they learned of something faster and we took some action, which can be as simple as sending a text message to somebody who has the relationship line supervisor to the concept that we're working with. Or as our integrations become more robust, it could be something similar to this other action, which might analyze customer support tickets over the last 24 hours and try to identify trending issues and complaints, and then route those critical issues to Zendesk and assign them to the support team. So something like this, to set this up would be pretty complex. And if you take a look at what a lot of our competitors are doing in this space, you might find AI agent workflow tools that have a bunch of boxes that they've got to draw lines to, and that you have to go in and actually set up every single step. And our goal, our objective is to empower non-technical users to achieve outcomes with just working with natural language. And so as our integrations become more powerful, we understand the mapping for this company. We understand um, the fields in their Zendesk tickets. Um, we can take action on their behalf on a schedule, on demand, or whenever content that has been ingested changes that they're working with. In this case, it might be the customer support concept was updated. And if we take a look at some other action here, like the sales pipeline one, it could be that whenever some upselling data was tagged or new sales team data was uploaded. So I'll go ahead and pull this one back up and open it up to any questions.